I literally look like a tramp. Whatever. Good day, first world travellers, and welcome back. I am at Phuket International Airport and I'm about to embark on the most horrific travel day of my life. Yes, forget about anything I've done before, this really takes the biscuit, whatever that means. So this video basically serves two purposes. Number one, what I just said, the nightmare travel day, but it's also going to cover a bit more information about the China free transit visa. Last year I did a video when I went to Shanghai, which is all about the China 144-hour transit visa. This time I'm going to Beijing for an 11-hour layover, and the difference is this time I'm going to show you what happens as I do it. So wish me luck. Right, on to the nightmare travel day. So the first catastrophe that has happened is that I've had to book an onward flight out of Mexico. Other than the time I came to Thailand a couple of weeks ago, I've never had this issue about onward flights. I've looked it up, I've researched, I've asked people. They've all said, yeah, you don't need an onward flight to get into Mexico. Well, actually you do, but basically they wouldn't let me check in, so I had to quickly think on my feet and make quick travel decisions, which I'm actually quite impressed I managed to do without losing it and going ballistic. Newsflash, right here, I am going to Cuba in the middle of June, so at least you know what's coming up. Awesome. Okay, it's about 1:45 to midnight, it's time to get on the plane, let's go. Right, it's plane number one of Nightmare Travel Day. It's a Boeing 777 Hainan Airlines, for all you airline geeks out there. I'm feeling okay so far after earlier catastrophe. That sticker, by the way, is a transit sticker, which I'm going to have to peel off and pretend that I've lost because I'm planning to leave the airport in Beijing. Don't tell anyone. Shows how good with planes I am. That's not my plane, that's an Emirates 777. I'm actually getting a Hainan Airlines 767. Good morning everyone, it's 6:23 AM and I've just arrived in Beijing Capital Airport. The funny thing is, right, I checked the weather before I got on the plane. It said a low of 15 degrees. It's -2. Yep, flip-flops. So the flight was okay, I don't feel like dying. There was a guy next, well not next to me, but on the seat sort of in the middle going, but yeah, I survived, amazingly. Now I just need to see if I can actually get into China using the free transit visa, because it is beyond complicated. I'll explain more in a minute. So transfer for international flights within 24 hours. Yes, that is me, but I want to leave the airport and my bags have been checked in to my final destination, so I need to go down the baggage claim bit and go through immigration. And you'll notice as I'm going along the travelator thing, yes, I'm moving. There's a blue strip all along that glass bit, 144-hour visa, Beijing. It was 72 hours, which is what I said in my last video. It's now been changed in late 2017, hence why I'm doing this update. You understand now? You may be wondering why I'm standing in front of an octopus attacking a volcano. That's because I'm not in China. I'm not in Beijing. Well, I'm at the airport, but where do I start? Right. So basically, I could not get the 144-hour transit visa. This video just became, I got refused entry to China. So forget everything that I've said in this video so far. It wasn't just me though, there was literally a queue of people, all the same thing, had to walk back and go through the international transit thing. Basically, when I checked in Thailand, I specifically asked, I said, can I leave the airport if I check my luggage in all the way to my final destination? And guess what they said? They said yes. They said I just have to go through immigration with the free transit visa. But no, turns out that's not the case. Use this as a lesson, yeah? If you're gonna do a connecting flight to somewhere else, or just book separate flights, or just check your stuff into China, because China is a effing nightmare hellhole. Anyway, goodbye octopus. This very much highlights why flying makes me feel like an invalid, like I'm dead. I feel awful, and I've only had a 5-hour flight. This is a yogurt. It's not really making myself feel better. I've got about another 5 hours, I think, until I have to not check in, because I checked in already. I've got another 5 hours before my next flight to Tijuana. I've been sleeping on a bench. Brilliant. There's my flight, 18:30, Benito Juarez International, and also Tijuana. All those other places. Asia, I don't care about you, I've had enough of Asia. Bangkok, Busan, Almaty, Seoul, whatever. It's now about 2:30 in the afternoon, and it is with great pleasure I can announce that I am the first passenger, that's the word, for Hainan Airlines' inaugural flight from Beijing to Tijuana to Mexico City. Thrilling. I'm hoping I'll get an upgrade to first class given my horrendous experience today. And I've changed, see? Preparation. Except you couldn't really call me prepared in terms of the issue getting into Beijing. But the thing that did make me feel a lot better actually was speaking to another guy who's quite fit actually, that was one of the other people that was turned away from the 144-hour visa thing. And he told me that he actually contacted the airline before he left for the airport in Phuket to be told the same thing as me. So it wasn't just my stupidity. It turns out it was everyone's. Actually, it was Hainan Airlines. Let's not dwell on it. Move on. I'm going to Mexico. And I'm not coming back to China as long as I live, because they're so rude, they're so disgusting, spitting in bins, taking their trousers off in the middle of, you know, public. Pfft, China can go screw itself. I hate China. And while I'm here, it's time to clarify a few points about the 144-hour visa, despite today's catastrophe. So a lot of the questions I had in the last video that I did were ones which I asked myself before I came to China for the first time. So it needs to be a third country that you go to, i.e. you're in transit to a third one. So you can't go from America to China back to America, because that's just a holiday, you're not in transit. So somewhere like America to China to Japan, yes you can do, because it's a third country. But as I've learned today, you have to actually check in again in China. You can't send your baggage all the way to Japan. So I'm learning new things today, and so are you. There's a really good website I'm going to put in the description below. It's got a really good forum actually, which I asked a lot of questions on before I came this time. Obviously didn't work because they told me the wrong information, but chances are you will get told the right information, because all the other answers on there I did pretty much agree with from what I knew. So all in all, it's a bit potluck. It might not work, it might work, but I've definitely learned today that it doesn't always work.
A dos grandes capitales del mundo, Beijing y la Ciudad de México.
So over there's some ambassador of Mexico or something speaking. It's all very interesting. I just want to get on the flight. I don't really care if it's the inaugural flight, first direct flight from China to Mexico or something. So yeah, I'm not really too bothered, but yeah, time to get on the flight. We got a little present from the airline. Ambassador, you are really spoiling us. And the present was a world plug adapter. I needed a new one for ages. Thank Christ I got this flight. Finally there's a good part of today. Yes, awesome. So welcome to Tijuana. It's about 4:30, I think, in the afternoon on the 21st of March. I've lived this time already, by the way, time travel. What am I, Superman? So I've been to Tijuana before, and we got this little goodie bag. I think it's something to do with the first flight thingy bob, but this Tijuana place is the site of this. Yes, that was 2005. I won't be doing that again this time because I'm not leaving the airport. It's time for another flight to Mexico City. My beard is growing back, my hair is extremely greasy, but the good news is I got let into this country. which, going by the rest of today, is a first. So it's 10 PM, the journey is almost over. Hello love, we have just landed in Mexico City at last, and I think we've just been sprayed by a fire truck as we taxied to the gate because I think of the first flight thing. I can't speak, my hair's a state and all that stuff I said before. I'm actually quite surprised that I'm not in a worse state than I am. I'm amazed. Now it's time to find someone to have a cigarette after like 40 hours. Right, I'm through immigration. I've got my baggage, which luckily hasn't gone missing and hasn't been dropped somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Thank the Lord. So I need to get money out now. I need to book not an Airbnb, I've already done that. Book an Uber to go to my Airbnb, which as usual I have about 10 addresses for. So let's hope I find the right one. But priorities, I need to have a cigarette first. Yeah, get money. There's a 7-Eleven there so I can get a lighter after they took it off me in Beijing. Let's see if the ATM works. I literally look like a tramp. It is about 10:30 on still March the 21st. I'm waiting for my Uber now from Terminal 1. I just had to use TripIt to remember which terminal I was at, so must have travel apps video. You can check that out up above, get the plugin. I've used it just now. God, look at my hair. 2 days without washing hair, 2 days without shaving. Brilliant. Alright, let's hope this works out. And boom, it's a few days later and I am in Mexico City, as you can tell. So behind me is my Airbnb. Got a nice little seating area, nice kitchen, smoking area over there, and my room is all the way down there. Very nice, absolutely gorgeous, good location, etc. And I'm glad that I'm looking considerably less like a homeless person now, which is great. So yeah, today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. So I am going out for a little explore to the historical centre, etc. You can catch that out in future videos. So yeah, I'm glad this video is finally done. It's been extremely horrific. Sometimes travel isn't perfect. Sometimes you learn from your mistakes. Sometimes you're an idiot when travelling, which I'm sure you'll all tell me in the comments. Anyway, don't forget to leave a like or a dislike, leave a comment, tell me about your horrific trips attempting to get into China, and also subscribe because there's literally tons of videos coming from Mexico City. I'm going to be here for about a month, possibly longer, and then I'm going to be travelling east across Mexico. So basically there's loads to come. So anyway, I'll catch you later.